And showtime. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the latest episode of the ChannelPro 5-Minute Roundup. A look at news, trends, and tips for the SMB channel in 5 minutes or thereabouts. My name is Rich Freeman. I'm executive editor of the ChannelPro Network and one of your hosts on this program. With me from a snowy locale this week is my co-host Erick Simpson, a business improvement and transformation consultant for MSPs and other IT providers. Erick, where are you this week?
Oh, Rich, I'm reporting from Park City, Utah. I'm trying to give you a view out of the condo window here, where we have experienced in the last 30 days snowfall in the amount of 138 inches. In the last week or so, it's been something like 70 inches. So it has been a crazy, crazy trip this year. We've been coming up here. We have a little timeshare. We've come up here the last 15, 17 years. We've never seen snow. This much snow, where it's actually caused us to rethink our plans because we don't want to risk getting stuck in the snow. So it's been pretty interesting, So it's I think single-digit degrees overnight, not what you would expect, but the snow has just been something else. So that's where I am. And where are you in the world, Mr. San Diego?
Yeah. So I am in Portland, actually. I'm spending the rest of the week here in Portland. I just got back from Southern California, and we'll talk about why I was down there in a moment. But rather than head back home to Seattle, I stopped off here at Portland to spend a few days with some friends of mine here. So I am broadcasting from their guest bedroom in the basement of their home here.
Fantastic. And yes, you came out to my neck of the woods, and I left to go here to enjoy all this wonderful snow.
Yeah, well, it was kind of cool and rainy where you're from, so you're probably better off, even if it is you're experiencing unimaginable amounts of snow. Well, the reason I was down there, I was in Huntington Beach first part of this week to attend the annual Eaton Partner Summit. Which is an invitation-only kind of event that Eaton does every year. They bring out a bunch of their partners, and it's kind of an interesting conference as these things go, because ordinarily it's a one-way street. The vendor hosting the event has a lot of information that they want to impart to the attendees, but the Eaton Partner Summit really is a two-way street. They do have information they want to share, but they also want to collect a lot of feedback. And based on feedback that they have collected from their partners in the past, their big news at the summit this year was the introduction of a new partner program. So they call their partner program Power Advantage. Eaton specializes in power equipment along with data center peripherals, so racks and enclosures and cable organizers and all sorts of stuff like that. What's interesting about the new partner program to me, the new partner program to me, is what it reflects about the changing nature of their channel and what that kind of says in general about what's going on out there in the industry. So traditionally, an Eaton partner was somebody who specializes specifically in power or in data center infrastructure, and you've got to have some power quality equipment to go along with that. You go to your favorite distributor, you buy some UPS and PDU equipment for a customer order, and that's that. Very transactional, very straightforward. What's been happening with Eaton in recent years is they are attracting a wider range of partners, and in particular, they're beginning to work more and more with managed service providers. Because as a lot of workloads consolidate in the cloud, that traditional hardware business Eaton is in hasn't been as rich for them, although it's the edge computing phenomenon is actually starting to change that a little bit. But they could kind of see the writing on the wall that they need to be able to do something in addition to hardware, and they've been getting into software and services in terms of like remote monitoring and support services and so on, all of which is subscription priced. And so this great add-on for an MSP, essentially, that they can bundle into a monthly bill. So Eaton's working more and more with MSPs in addition to its various traditional partners. It's also participating in solution selling more than it has historically around hyperconverged infrastructure, Internet of Things, and analytics kinds of solutions. So all of this requires a different set of enablement resources, and a big emphasis for this new Eaton Partner Program is training and certification resources. They're really looking to make sure that they get their partners trained to have an expert conversation with their customers around some of these new opportunities. But just kind of an interesting, it was a very interesting event for me to attend, and sort of interesting to see their new partner program and what it's telling us a little bit about the power market and about the managed services market.
Right, and Eaton has historically, had a really strong partner program. I've worked with a lot of Eaton partners, and nothing but great things to say about that relationship. And it's really great to see that they're going that extra mile in terms of not only continue to develop and deliver great products and services, but also understanding the tremendous importance of enabling their existing partners and providing them these types of training opportunities in order to help them grow their businesses. So instead of it being more of a just a line item, we always add Eaton power products into our bids and quotes and things like that. They're actually building a much stronger relationship with these partners and helping them grow together in the ecosystem. And Rich, as sometimes the difference between selecting who we partner with has a lot to do with those additional ancillary benefits. What can you help me to do to market and sell myself better? What can you help me do to train not only my technicians, but my sales professionals to go out there and identify and close these opportunities? So, I think it's just a very strategic, announcement from Eaton. Doesn't surprise me, as I said, they're very, very in tune with what their partners are looking for. And I've seen them, really engage with them at that more strategic and business growth level in the past.
Yeah, I think a key point you make there is just that idea of moving beyond the line item on the invoice to building a business with them around power and the related solutions is kind of a key thing. But the other thing you pointed to that's really important is just this idea of Eaton looking to build a stronger relationship with its partner. One of the other really notable things about this new partner program is that it has more requirements and more differentiated benefits in return for meeting those requirements, essentially. So Eaton really is looking to see which of its partners are going to be most committed to working with it. If you will go through some of these training courses that they're providing now and do some of the other things that they're asking you to do as a partner, you're going to get significantly better co-selling and co-marketing opportunities and significantly better discounts in particular. So they do want to build a relationship with you, but you need to kind of prove to them that you're interested in doing that as well.
Well, sure. I mean, they're putting, they're putting, resources and opportunities, at risk. So they want to make sure that they're engaging with the partners that are going to reciprocate. They're trying to identify those go-to partners. We always hear about the 80-20 rule, Rich. They're trying to figure out who those top performing partners are to really build these, very close strategic relationships with, because if you happen to sell one or two products here or there, I mean, how much can you really expect from a strategic business partner to invest in your business, right? So I encourage Eaton partners to go out there and take advantage of it and become those go-to partners and show Eaton that you're serious about building a business with them. And these types of programs are their way of reciprocating that.
So training and certification are big themes of this new Eaton Partner Program. It's also very closely related to your tip of the week.
Yes, very serendipitous, Rich, that the tip of the week this week is all about creating a program for training and certification for your tech teams, but also incentivizing that program. Now, you probably have better luck incentivizing from a monetary perspective, sales teams and sales professionals who will get training and things like that, because, as we know, the allure of closing that big opportunity and getting that big commission is kind of a hallmark of what these big game hunter sales professionals love to do. So anytime they have an opportunity to earn additional monetary benefit or ancillary benefits from things that will help them improve their performance and earn even more revenue over time, they're going to be signing right up for that. Technicians and engineers also need that same type of focus. And what I recommend is to develop and design a program that aligns with the organization's needs. So if you're trying to gain and curry favor from a particular vendor such as Eaton and want to engage and benefit from, you know, this new partner program, get in there and understand what the program is all about, understand what the requirements are. You know, the best programs that offer the best benefits typically have the most stringent requirements. So identify what those are, identify how many folks on your team need to qualify in different areas. Sometimes there's sales component requirements to meet, sometimes there's technical requirements to meet, sometimes there's organizational requirements to meet. So understand what these programs are and how they fit into your business strategy. And I'm talking about, you know, stack rank all of your vendors and who you want to build these relationships with, and then create a mandatory training and certification program for all of the key individuals in your organization. Give them the resources they need to go out and get those certifications and that training, and then reward them for doing so. But, you know, Rich, when we ran our MSP, it wasn't a question of if you want to. No, these are your requirements for your KPIs this quarter. And I mean, if you don't get it done, then we'll have to go find someone else that will. And that's the kind of approach we need, because if we're to remain competitive, you know, we need to continually hone and improve our skills. And as you mentioned, you know, the benefits when we do so, you know, from organization like Eaton include, you know, better pricing, you know, more maybe MDF, more strategic relationships, maybe leads, all these other things that come when the vendor sees that you do want to build that long-lasting strategic partnership with them. That makes them feel better about investing in you and your organization.
Yeah, so I mean, it's definitely a good thing for you and your business to pursue those certifications like you're talking about, and to have a staff that, you know, has the training to serve customers effectively. But I mean, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I mean, my understanding is the technicians, the engineers, the employees that you sort of most want to have in your position are the ones who are actually going to be thankful for, you know, interested in the opportunity to get certified and get training. They, you know, they're interested, they want to learn. They also understand the career advantages of gaining training and certification, and that can actually be a benefit of employment. You know, in addition to a traditional compensation package and vacation time and so on and so forth, you can actually attract talent to the organization by telling them, we're going to invest in developing your skills.
Absolutely. And for those business owners out there, and I've worked with a few of you that have the position that says, well, what if I spend all this money and time and effort and train my team and they leave? Well, my response to that is, what if you don't and they stay? Right? So.
Well then, here we are as we record this, Eric. We've got time for just one more story, but I should point out to people, it is February 14th, and just in time for Valentine's Day, we have this very interesting story coming to us from the UK. It involves an app, a dating app that can really best be called Tinder for cows. And in fact, the name of it is Tudder, which is a mix of Tinder and udder. And basically, if you're a farmer and you're in the market for a new cow, or if you've got a cow and you're in the market for a new mate for your cow, check them out on Tudder. Swipe right for the ones that look good. They're going to give you all sorts of great data about milk yield and protein content. And, you know, maybe if you're being fair, you'll give your friend the cow an opportunity to comment on the looks of this potential match. But so it's a heartwarming Valentine's Day story, don't you think, Eric?
I think so. And, you know, really, it's the other type of farmer's dating app, if you will, if you look at it from a particular perspective.
Yeah, we don't really want to go too far down that road. As long as it's cow to cow, it's all good. Well, that is all the time that we have for you this week on the ChannelPro 5-Minute Roundup. Thank you very much for joining us. We're going to be back with you next week from hopefully somewhat warmer locales. In fact, Eric and I will both be in Southern California next week. We might even be able to do this next episode together. If you like the show, you want to take a look maybe at some past episodes, keep up to speed on the new ones as they come in. What you want to do is subscribe to the ChannelPro Network channel on YouTube, and we will keep you informed about all that and give you access to everything. You want to read more about Eaton and their partner program. You want to just read more about the industry and business growth opportunities for yourself. Go to channelpronetwork.com on a daily basis. We've got great new content for you showing up there every day. To learn more about Erick and his business and the work that he does for his clients, you want to go to www.ericksimpson.com. That's ERICK Simpson.com. Once again, thank you for joining us on the 5-Minute Roundup. We will see you next week. Until then, enjoy the rest of your week. Erick and I are enjoying the rest of your week already.